Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. So I'm going to take this and bounce off the last video. Okay, there's a message that I didn't quite get across in that video. I think is really the core message of all the work that I do with people. So I'm going to start this video out with this because this is what this video is about. Why do you think, how do I say this? I'm just going to kind of stumble through this. I'm going to ask it and see if it leads to a better question. So why do you think that they, whoever they are trying to keep you closed or disconnected from your emotions? Or emotionally closed? I'm going to break some things down to make it really, really simple and really, really clear. So when people can keep you closed, you don't have access to your intelligence. You don't have access to your memories, your information. It's there. The intelligence is there, the information, the memories. But if you are not emotionally free, you don't have access to it because that's what keeps the door closed. A lot of people will think like, oh yeah, you're about this personal power and stuff. It's because they don't understand what I mean. I mean, you have an unlimited amount of power that you couldn't use in a lifetime if you wanted to. So the short answer is to keep you disconnected from your emotional power, I guess is really what the phrase would be, because that opens the door to connect to your information. Now, I'm going to actually break this down scientifically, through something I learned in psychology, neurologically, etc. Okay, so I got inspired and I did a writing. This is going to be one of the very few times I wrote something down and that I'm going to read off to you. I don't normally do that. I do it off the top of my head, but I think the way I wrote it is very, very important. Meaning I think I got the message across in a very good way in my writing. So let's go there. And the music will go down, or the volume of music will go down in about 15 seconds. Okay, let's go. Alright. So, the reason why they want to shut you down emotionally is to disconnect you from your internal power, your self-power. And the overall reason is to control you or to hold you back, okay? So the access to your higher intelligence, your emotions your information is done through your emotions. That's how you access your higher intelligence. So in Psychology 1, or maybe it was Psychology 101, it's one of the first, it might have been the first psychology class I took. They taught us that your information, your memories, everything that you learn is stored inside your body, inside your muscles. Your brain is not where the information is. That's not where your memories are stored. Your memories are stored inside your body and accessed through your emotions. And then that goes into your nerves and into your nervous system, okay, which goes into your muscles. Your brain is just a series of, I write 3 different processors, but technically if you include like your visual processor, auditory, your 2 frontal lobes, etc., you have like 6 or more processors. So your brain is a series of the main ones, your left logical, your right emotional processor, and your lower reptilian brain, which job is to reproduce and to keep you alive, okay? It's the fight or flight brain, and it's a processor. The point is your brain is a series of processors and is not where the memories are stored. That's not the storage place. Your body is. So this is why people who stretch a lot, who do deep breathing, who shake their body out, who move, and they walk in a very relaxed, natural way. They have natural movement. They have more access to their information. These are the people who just, for some reason, which I just gave you, they just seem to magically have this ability to talk off the top of their head. Well, it's because they're naturally moving their body. They have access. They're literally loose. Ever since I was a child when I got involved in boxing, I remember in practice, especially in the actual fight and the competition, the coach's like, stay loose, Mikey, stay loose. I remember one match, it was like the third match. My coach had me put on my sweats, a sweater, and the boxing robe with the hood down over, and he tied the the rope thing around me. And he goes, I want you to just do some jumping jacks. He goes, shadow box, do some breathing, get yourself loose, get going. And I did it for 5 minutes. He goes, no, he goes, keep doing it. And I'm like, Coach, I'm already sweating. He goes, I don't care. He goes, I want you to loosen up. And I was shadow boxing. He goes, just do it easy. Don't do it hard. Don't press. And he goes, just kind of bounce and keep, get the breathing going. And I remember I was sweating. I was in a drenched sweat. And I remember when I walked in the ring, walked into the middle with my coaches, the referee said some basic rules, blah, 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 obey my commands, stay alert at all times. And boom, and touch gloves, and went back to the corner. My coach took my robe off, and I was drenched like I had already completed a 5-round fight. Well, let me tell you something. I did better in that fight than any fight I'd done, and I was like, man, I breathed easy, and I snap. I just moved. It's like I had more access, and it was easy, and I defeated this opponent that was a lot better than me, that had a years of experience, where that was my first year, and I think that was about my third, fourth, maybe fifth fight. I don't think it was my fifth fight, but I easily beat this guy that was supposed to destroy me. In Tony Robbins seminars, every 45 minutes or every 30 minutes, he'll have everyone stand up, breathe deep, and shake their bodies out, and make your fingers go through your hair to kind of like scalp massage, massage your arms, massage your legs, and they'll have you everyone turn the same way, and then massage, the person in front of you back, and massage their arms, and massage their butt, and everyone laughs, but it loosens you up, and it opens you up to receive more information. See, when you're open, you receive information a lot easier. When you're closed and narrow and focused, you struggle to gain information. And then to re-access that information, just open back up, shake it out, do deep breathing, go into peripheral vision, drop your awareness inside. There's a series of techniques and different things we can teach you that will allow you to access your information a lot greater. I'm going to give you a technique that taught us during an NLP training that Dr. Tad James taught to his son. And the technique is like look into the front of the room, look forward, and then look up and pick a point out. And then what you do is stare at that point, and then imagine two lines going down like a upside down V or a pyramid. And then let your awareness drop down on both sides, going out as you're looking at that line. And what that does, it opens up your neurology. Sorry about that, I dropped the mic. I didn't drop it, but I let it kind of float down a little bit. So essentially, you look up at the point and you allow your vision to go down to the left and the right side at the same time, and allows your awareness to expand to the room, and then you take the test, okay? So this is how you should, when you go to read something or take a class, do this at the very beginning and expand open. Then you can open to receive, and then when you go to take the test, do it again before you take the test, and you will access the information. It's a little tool that will trigger you to access the same information, okay? Okay, let me read the last couple pieces off, and then I'm going to go into something we learned in psychology class. So the way you access all that information is through your emotions, through your feelings, which opens you up to your or opens you up into your muscles to access it through your feelings. Emotions access your feelings, which then access and open up to the doorway to your higher intelligence, which is inside your body, meaning your information. You have been gathering meaning your information that you've been gathering your entire life. That's why they're trying to shut down your emotions, so you can't access your higher intelligence, your education, your information, things that you've just watched and learned from observing people, watching movies, TV. You're constantly gathering information. It's there. And having the ability to access this is what we call knowing. This is what causes you to become a self-thinking person, because you're coming from a place of knowing. And if you don't have the information there, then you can go out and read books and ask people, take a class or whatever. If people can keep you from all the information that you've learned, well, it's easier to control you, to keep you down. So yeah, this is absolutely why narcissists will hurt you emotionally. Oh, and see, they become not the experts, but the professionals. They are professionals by the time they're 18 years old. They started learning this stuff and practicing it when they were little kids. They master this stuff. So yeah, narcissists will hurt you emotionally, and they're really good at it until you shut down and disconnect from your emotional system, which is the nerve. See, the right brain is the internal system that goes inside your internal nervous system, that goes inside your muscles and accesses this information. So if they can disconnect you from that and keep you locked into your logical left brain, now they can tell you what to do. Now they can control you because you can't self-think. And you feel lost. It makes you feel lost. It makes you feel like you can't make up your mind. You don't know what to do. It's because you're not accessing your own information. And it causes you to look to them, because the left brain is the external brain where you're looking to others. So now you're looking to, well, I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. And not only that, but when they hurt you emotionally over and over and over, it puts you in a state of fear, which is what closes you off from the right brain. The way you open up to the right brain is internal awareness and self-love. This is why narcissists don't want you to love yourself, because then you'll open back up to yourself, literally. This is why they turn you against yourself. This is why they're constantly, oh, you're no good, oh, you're this, and constantly cutting you down, is because it makes you feel bad about yourself. So my whole thing, my goal, my mission, what I do is I teach you how to feel good about yourself, to feel good about yourself emotionally. So Terrence and Diane, they've did a session very recently with Terrence and Diane. It's probably been about 2 weeks, but the experience they had was literally, it's like they were let out of jail. Like the door opened up to the right brain, and see, the right brain's the open brain. It's like walking outside onto the fresh, clean, cut grass. It's beautiful. It's free. Now you can go to the beach. You can go wherever you want. You can get on a boat and sail the ocean. You know, you're free now, and that's what it feels like when you work with me. You're like, wow, I feel free. So each time you work with me, we get you to that place of opening, and feeling free. And what happens is it conditions your neurology to remember how to open up on your own. That's the goal. So let's get to the psychology stuff that I learned, and here it is, real simple. So again, your brain, inside your skull, is just a bunch of processors that process and gather information from your body. Okay, your body, your emotional system is, and that's what it's called. It's your emotional system. It's where the information, memories, etc., are stored. Okay, so they learned this, and this is how it was taught to us. And again, this was probably about 1989 or something like. It was a while back. Is what happened was deep tissue massage, Rogerian deep tissue massage therapy. What they noticed is when they would dig deep with their thumbs, if they would move even a half an inch to an inch over, all of a sudden somebody would start talking about a completely different subject. And they're like, okay, that's weird. And so since you're doing this deep tissue massage weeks, months, and even years, you start to really notice, like, what is the deal whenever I, massage someone, like digging deep into their calf muscle or their feet or whatever, and then I move over 1 inch, all of a sudden they completely change from this subject to this subject. And these are like 15 years apart or 20 years apart that have nothing to do with each other. And they just end one subject, start with another one. And it's like, wait, what's going on here? And it's kind of weird because I've done it myself. So my ex-girlfriend, I know I've said this part before, but I'm going to go over it, try to be brief. She used to massage my feet, okay? And I remember, because I used to have anxiety really bad, etc., and it would help me go to sleep, okay? And so she would massage my feet, digging her thumbs into it, and then she would move over, and I remember she would just laugh. And okay, this is what I know. She would giggle, and I didn't notice at first because I was so relaxed for probably the first 10, 15 times she did it. And then I remember one time she just burst out laughing. I'm like, what is so funny? Why do you always laugh when you massage my feet? Like didn't make sense. I didn't see what was so funny about it. No, I wasn't mad. I was actually legitimately curious because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this girl? So she stops massaging my feet and she goes, well, haven't you noticed? I'm like, notice what? She goes, Michael, every time I massage your feet, you go from one subject to another. You know, one moment you're talking about something that happened last week, and then literally within half a second, you're talking about when you were 3 years old, when you were eating this apple pie and how delicious it was. And it's just like none of the conversations have any connection at all. Now, my response was like, no, I didn't notice that at all. And so I just was like, whatever. And she started massaging my feet. And sure enough, I caught it. I was like, oh my God. She goes, do you see now? And I was like, wow. So all of a sudden, something I learned in the psychology class about deep tissue massage and how it accesses memories and triggers information, all of a sudden I had a physical, visceral experience of it, and it made sense all of a sudden, versus just like, oh well, this is what you got to check on the test to get an A. It became something in real life that suddenly I could learn, understand, and apply. And then this learning began to carry in through my NLP trainings, hypnosis, and how everything is wired inside. Another lesson I learned, it was during a Tony Robbins seminar, and he goes, look, I don't care how depressed you are, how sad you are, if you force yourself to look all the way up, maybe not straight up, but like at a sharp angle, like you're looking up towards the ceiling, maybe where the wall meets the ceiling, and you open your eyes wide open, and you take a deep breath, you're breathing in, breathing out, and you put a big, huge smile on while you're looking up, you cannot access depression. And sure enough, there'll be that one person in the crowd who goes, oh, I'm depressed, and he goes, yeah, but you're looking down. You're putting a frown on your face, and you're not breathing deep, and your tone is like this. If you look up, put a big smile, open your eyes, and you breathe in deep, you literally cannot access depression. And I thought, wow, that is a trip. So I forced myself to look up. I forced myself to open my eyes, so you have to put a big smile on your face, and you have to be breathing while you're looking up. You can't access it. And so I started noticing people that were very happy naturally, they were always looking up. Even when they think they'd kind of look up, or they'd look up at the trees. And I remember I was going for a hike, and I was looking down because it was steep, and I was looking at the ground. And this lady that was walking down, she goes, hey, look up, look up. And I knew what she was trying to say, look up to access your happiness. Have you ever heard or used the phrase, I feel like I've been beaten down, I feel like, or so-and-so's beating me down? Yeah, notice your tone. Your tone is down. That's the other thing. Use an uplifted tone. That'll help you be happy too. Okay, it literally accesses that. So what happens, yeah, they beat you down. You're looking down, your head is tilted down. So neurologically, now you're accessing those emotions, those feelings, negative, sad, depressed, and also those images. Now your tone is down. So your shoulders might be kind of shrunken in by 1/8 of an inch or 1/2 an inch, kind of turned inwards. And like, yeah, well, that's the way you access sadness, helplessness, and depression. So yes, they did beat you down. All you have to do is kind of smack your chest, look up, put a big smile, deep breath, make a fist up in the air, and all of a sudden you're starting to feel good. Force a smile and breathe deep, and do that for 5, 6, 7 minutes. Hell, just do it throughout the whole day. If you do it enough, it starts getting conditioned into you, where you access higher states, better states. So the more you do it, the easier it becomes to do it. Same thing with stretching, and that's another thing. Stretching, deep tissue massage, all of this stuff keeps you loose and allows you to access a greater, let's not call it higher level, a greater level of information. In other words, you can access more information. Brushing your hair. You ever watch, women a lot of times they'll just brush and brush and brush and brush. What they're doing is they're stimulating their scalp, which means they're stimulating nerve endings. The same thing when you get your foot massaged or your hand massaged or your ears massaged. You're stimulating nerve endings that access every part of your body, from your lungs to your liver to your heart to your kidneys to your intestines to everything. Go get some videos on YouTube and watch how boxers, when they warm up, how they shake their legs out, or if they're waiting in the ring for the fight to start, they're shaking their arms out, they're shaking their head, they're bouncing on their toes. That literally shakes your nervous system loose. So if you're tight and uptight, you're shaking it loose, and all of a sudden you have all this access. It's like having all the highways in the United States going up north and south, east to west. They're all turned on and they're all unblocked, and now they're all available. So now you can access information easily to any part of your brain, any part of your body, any part of your system. That's intelligence. That's emotional intelligence, and that is power. Emotional intelligence is by far more intelligence than logic. The logical brain is in a box. It's whatever it lets in there, and that's it. If it's not already in there, now here's how the logical brain bases whether it's going to accept information. Whether the majority of people accept it. If they don't, well then I don't believe it. The logical part of your brain is exactly like the memory card inside the computer. It doesn't actually go out and look onto the web live. If it already went to a website 6 months ago or 6 years ago, instead of going out onto the internet, it goes right into that memory bank to see if it's in there. Oh, okay, well, it's here in the cache, so I'm just going to access it here. But in 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, that website's probably either gone or has completely, totally changed, but you won't know it because you're accessing the information that you already have from 6 months ago or 6 years ago. That's logic. Logic is literally thinking inside the box. If you want to get outside of the box, it doesn't mean think what that person over there thinks inside their logical brain. It means to open up and access information on your own. That's your right brain, the open door. So you know how I keep talking about concentrated energy is evil? Well, that's a generalization, but I'm trying to get you to understand that concentrated energy is like a laser beam. It's like the reason why a knife cuts is because it's very concentrated energy on the blade. Okay? So concentrated energy can cause you to be stuck. So if you're feeling like, oh, I'm stuck, it's like, well, because you're stuck on the tip of the V in this very concentrated energy and you can't get out. Whereas when you open up and expand, now you can access more information, and now you have more options and possibilities. And now you can choose from what's the best possibility, or what's a better one. You have like 10 options out of 100 that are really, really good. Like, well, then which one do you want to do based on who you are? So when you learn how to shake your body loose, brush your hair, get massage your own hands, stretch, all these things that I'm talking about, you get a fresh new outlook on life. Life becomes refreshing. Life becomes fun. Life becomes fascinating again. You become, do you want to know why life becomes fascinating again? Because you are stepping out of the box. Remember I keep talking about that memory card or that cache and the history inside the computer, which is inside your brain? Now I had a client who's like, Mike, life isn't fresh again. Life isn't new. I just feel, when I was younger, like every day it was like a new adventure. And he's like, now, he goes, I don't have that newness, those new surprises that pop up every day. Have you been listening to the last 2 or 3 videos that I've been making about the Golden Gate Bridge and how it's like I can't explain it? There's something. In fact, it's the video that I made. Let me access it. It might have been 2 videos ago. Hold on. Alright, I found it. So it's the one that says, the thumbnail says, the most nonsensical video. The title is Fresh Outlook on Life, Life-Changing Revelation. So here I am going through San Francisco and like been doing it for years, and yet for some reason the last 9 months it's like every time I do this, go across the Golden Gate Bridge and go down to Christie Field, it's like this brand new fresh experience. It's unreal. And I'm realizing what it is right now. I've just really spent a lot of time learning how to open up. And that's what I'm doing. Instead of going into my memory banks, I'm looking at the Golden Gate Bridge for the first time every single day. I'm looking at Christie Field with fresh eyes versus going into that memory card. What was there 6 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 6 years ago? You know what? I went to Sausalito last night. And I went into one of the stores where they sell sweaters and t-shirts of Sausalito, Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, the tourist kind of shop. And I'm in there going, it was like, and I was telling them, I can't explain it. It's like, I know I've been in here before, but it's like, it's different, but it's not. Like the floor's the same, the cash register is the same, the counter's the same, it's got the same scratches, and yet everything is new because things have changed. I'm not going into my memory bank. I'm accessing the new information for what is right now. Concentrated energy or focus keeps you closed, and expansive energy, expansive awareness opens you up to see life with fresh new eyes every single day, every single moment. And that's what makes life interesting again. And it piques your curiosity and fascination about everything in life. So the new awarenesses, the new learnings, the new just like viewing something from a different perspective, all that will blend in with the information you already have, and you'll get fresh new understandings, deeper understandings. Like in psychology class, I learned something, I got an A on the test, but I didn't really understand it until I had that foot massage. And then I took that into NLP and hypnosis, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I understand why some people change and some people don't. And then that goes to another new learning, etc., etc. And every piece begins to add onto another. Emotional intelligence is your power. Healing your emotions is how you access emotional freedom. And that's really what we're doing. We're opening the door, which is emotional freedom. It's like letting you out of jail. It's a get out of jail free card. And now you get to go not only be intelligent and access your actual power, but you get to be happy. And that's kind of it's like the whole double whammy of this. Like, wait a minute, so I get more power and I can be happy and joyful and find love and feel love in life? Yeah, that's what we're saying. Emotional freedom is your power. And your happiness and your love and everything that you enjoy in life. And this is how you have meaningful experiences in life and have a meaningful life. This is the way. This is what Jesus meant. You want to live an enjoyable life? Learn how to access. Hey, God bless you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. If you did enjoy this video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment. And if you want, you can go ahead and make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.